The air in the small lab was thick with the smell of vinegar and burnt sugar. Allie adjusted his protective goggles, which he had crafted from a pair of broken swimming goggles he found at the bottom of an old drawer. His lab was nothing more than a cluttered corner in his small apartment. With the utmost care, he measured drops of pomegranate juice into a boiling flask. An old chemistry book lay open beside a plate of half-eaten dates. He wasn't sure what he was looking for, but Allie was determined to create something extraordinary. He added a pinch of turmeric, the vibrant yellow powder a stark contrast to the bubbling purple mixture. His heart pounded with a mixture of anticipation and apprehension. He whispered a silent prayer not to any specific god, but to the universe itself, to guide his experiment. With a final stir, the mixture glowed an eerie green. The air crackled with energy, and Allie felt a shiver run down his spine. He stared at the mixture, mesmerized. He had to know, he had to taste it. The taste was unlike anything he had ever experienced. It was sweet and tart, with a lingering heat that danced on his tongue. He waited, heart pounding, expecting something to happen. At first, nothing. He shrugged, a wave of disappointment washing over him. Another failed experiment, he muttered to himself. He began to clean up his makeshift lab, the familiar ache of disappointment settling in his chest. Then it began. A faint noise, like a radio struggling to find a signal, filled his ears. He stopped, his hand frozen over a broken beaker. The noise grew louder, morphing into a cacophony of whispers. He spun around, his heart racing. The whispers seemed to be coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. He realized with a jolt that he could hear thoughts. Not just his own, but the thoughts of everyone around him. The initial shock gave way to a heady sense of power. He walked the bustling streets of Cairo, eavesdropping on the inner dialogues of strangers. The old woman haggling over vegetables was secretly a hopeless romantic. The stern-faced traffic cop directing the flow of cars was worried sick about his daughter's upcoming exams. Allie felt like he had been given the key to a secret world, one hidden beneath the surface of everyday life. He used his newfound ability for small things at first. He aced a job interview, answering questions with ease before they were even asked. He helped a lost tourist navigate the labyrinthine alleys of Khan el-Khalili. He even won a small fortune playing backgammon with his friends, their strategies laid bare before his all-seeing mind. He felt invincible, like he could do anything, know anything. But with each passing day, the weight of his secret grew heavier. Secrets and lies. He started to hear things he wished he hadn't. The dark secrets lurking beneath friendly smiles. The resentment and bitterness festering beneath the surface of seemingly perfect lives. He learned that his landlord, a kindly old man, was exploiting his tenants. He discovered that his best friend was in love with his girlfriend. The line between right and wrong, once so clear, began to blur. One evening he overheard a group of men plotting a robbery. He froze, his blood running cold. He recognized one of the men, a regular at the local coffee shop he frequented. He knew he should go to the police, but he hesitated. What if they didn't believe him? What if they demanded to know how he knew? He was trapped in a web of his own making, the burden of his secret knowledge becoming unbearable. The price of truth. He couldn't take it anymore. The constant barrage of thoughts, the weight of everyone's secrets, it was all too much. He made a decision. He returned to his makeshift lab, to the source of his power. He recreated the mixture, the emerald liquid shimmering under the fading light. This time, he didn't hesitate. He poured it down the drain, watching as it swirled down, taking his secret with it. The silence that followed was deafening. He felt a strange mix of relief and loss. He knew he had made the right decision. Some secrets, he realized, were not meant to be known. He carefully tore the page from his notebook containing the recipe for the mixture, the ink stained with the ghosts of his ambition. He placed it in an old wooden box tucked away in the back of his closet. Maybe someday he would be ready to face the truth again, but not today. Today, silence was enough. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.